This is the 6-4 instructional video on calculating the distance between 2 points in a coordinate system. You will need graph paper for this lesson, so if your teacher doesn't have it out for you, you can grab a sheet of graph paper in the student supply cabinet. Press pause on this video if you need to grab some graph paper and prepare your desktop for using graph paper for this lesson. Please jot this in your notebook. You can calculate the distance between 2 points on a coordinate system by drawing a right triangle. Because we're calculating distance and we're using a right triangle, guess how we're going to calculate the distance? Any guesses? Did you guess? It's the Pythagorean theorem. So in this lesson, we are again going to be using a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Take a second to make sure you have that jotted in your notebook. If your graph paper isn't out, please take it out right now and plot the 2 points, -5, -6, and -2, 4 on your graph paper. Press pause until those 2 points are plotted on your graph paper. You can see here that I have my 2 ordered pairs plotted. Just as a super quick review, I know everybody knows this, but sometimes we get this goofed up. To plot the ordered pair -5, -6, I go to the left 5 on the x-axis and down 6. That's going to be -5, -6. And then to plot -2, 4, I'm going to go to the left 4 and up. To the left 2 and up 4. Now, what I'm going to need to do from here is I'm going to need to calculate, or draw, I should say, a right triangle. There's 2 ways you can do this. The first right triangle I can make by connecting my 2 points would look something like this. You can see the right angle happening here. Okay, that's a right angle. Somebody else could draw a triangle going this direction. And ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which triangle you choose to draw, whether it goes up or it goes down. Either way, I hope you can tell that your A and your B, regardless if you've used the blue or the red triangle, will be exactly the same. You can also see the hypotenuse is the same distance as well. Okay, so I'm going to use my blue triangle because that's what I drew first. And what I'm going to need to do is calculate my A. So side A for me is going to be the side right here. So this looks like it's 1, 2, 3 units long. So I'm going to write 3 here. It's important that you do not count the dots. You count the spaces between the 2 points. And then I'm going to calculate my B. So it looks like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm sure you can guess. If you goof up these points by plotting them, or you miscalculate your A and your B here, you will not be able to get the correct answer. So take a quick second to double check that you plotted it correctly and you calculated your A and B before moving on to the next step. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw in my right angle here, and I'm going to go ahead and start calculating. So again, as always, when we are calculating, we always start out with our formula. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And from previous videos, you probably remember that I usually put the smallest number for A, but again, that doesn't necessarily have to be that way. It's just C is the one that's most important. Plus 10 squared, and that's C squared. That's equal to C squared. All right, so I'm going to continue to solve here, showing all my work. 3 squared is 9, plus 10 squared is 100, equals C squared. So I'll get 109 equals C squared, and as you know from the last couple sections, to get C by itself, I have to go ahead and take the square root. And I'm going to get about 10.44. Now, I don't have a label for a unit on here, so I'm just going to use the letter U for unit, equals C. So if I go back up to my problem, this side length measures 10.44 units long. Here's our next problem we need to solve on graph paper. So you and your friend are at school. To get home, you walk 5 blocks west and your friend walks 7 blocks north. How far do you and your friend live from each other? So when I have a problem like this where I'm not given specific points or specific ordered pairs, I technically can start this problem anywhere on the graph that I want. Just for simplicity, I am going to say that school is at the origin. So this is my school right here. All right, and from here to get home, I walk 5 blocks west. So that means I walk from here all the way there. My friend, however, walks 7 blocks north. So my friend is going to go from here all the way up here. Yikes, there we go. All right, now I need to draw in my right triangle, finish it off. Now because I started at the origin and I know that I went 5 blocks west, I can put a 5 here. And I know that I went 7 blocks north, I can go ahead and put 7 there. I'm trying to calculate this distance right here, the direct distance that my friend and I live from each other. So I can see that that is the side opposite the right triangle, or the right angle, so that is side C. Okay, knowing I have to set up a problem using the Pythagorean theorem, again, as always, I'm going to start out by writing the formula, as you should too. All right, I'm going to put 5 in for A, so I have 5 squared plus 7 squared. That's going to equal C squared. From here, I'm going to do what I do best, and I'm going to calculate using the Pythagorean theorem. So 5 squared is 25, 7 squared is 49, that's equal to C squared. 25 plus 49 is going to equal 74, that equals C squared. And then again, to get C by itself, I need to take the square root of both sides. So the square root of C squared is C, and the square root of 74 is about 8.6. I'm going to put down blocks because that's what I measured my distance in. So my friend and I live about 8.6 blocks apart. All right, here's your checkpoint. You know the drill. Solve this question on your own without the assistance of anybody. Show your teacher to earn your homework for tonight. All right, Vita's house is located at point A, which is the ordered pair 9-7. Her dog wandered away from home, but fortunately, the dog was wearing an identification tag. Vita received a phone call that the dog was last seen at a location described as point B, the ordered pair -7, -9. How far did her dog wander from home? Press pause on this video until you have all the important information jotted down. Be sure to show all your work and show your teacher when you're done so you can get your homework.